main methods. So after giving the steps, what we need to do. So in the main method, so you need to create a main method. So in the main method, the first step is to set up the default configuration. We need to set the default configuration required for Spring Boot project. Second one is starts a Spring Boot application. The third one is we need to load a class path. And the fourth one is start a Tomcat. Okay, so these are the process we'll be doing using a main method. So a very simple example I'll tell you. So how to we can process this uh, after knowing about how to handle a request. So this is the main important thing why we are going for a frameworks. Okay. So this is a main method. So how we can create a main method. So in a real time, I'll tell you how we'll be doing this. Okay. The next one is create a controller. So in interview also they will ask you what is the difference between AT controller and the REST controller. So this is a question they will be asking, and also there is one more question like why we need to go for Spring Boot instead of MVC concept. Okay. So the first thing is the first point to handle the request. So definitely they will ask if you are going to attend the Spring interviews. You need to mention. So we need to create a controller by using a annotation. So using annotations only we will be doing this. If you are trying to create some Spring Boot application, again there comes annotation. Spring annotations will be using Spring Boot annotation, right? Previously we have used Spring Boot application annotation, right? So the next one is so will be internally uses Spring MVC. MVC is nothing but model view controller. Spring. Okay. So this is the second step. So example is nothing but there are two things we told, right? First of all, to create a controller using the annotation. The first point is at test controller, and then we need an action controller. So these are the some examples. So now I'll tell you so how to route it. So first thing is we know how we can do this. Here the next step is we need a URL to request the mapping. So in HTML and all, what we will do the HTML CSS and all. So if you want to go to the next page, we will be mentioning the bookmark, right? So using a hash ID, we will be mentioning the same concept here also. We will use URL to request a mapping by using a method. Example, we can see it as at request mapping. So this is a method we are using. So first step is if you're going to handle the request, the first thing we need to mention it at request at rest controller. What is the main important? We'll see the difference between at controller and at rest controller. If you see here in ART controller, it is used to declare the common web controller which can return HTTP request. That is HTTP response will be the return. But if you see the REST controller, it will be in a JSON format. Okay, in Spring MVC, both at controller and at rest controller annotations are used to define the web controllers as per the MVC design patterns. Clear? So, did you understand? So, what is the difference between HTTP response and JSON response? To make it clear, I think there will be some, yeah. So, in at controller, you can see like this, you will be mentioning at response body, and the same thing has been repeated here also. But there are some, different functionalities we have. So actually, this particular at request controller is used was added from the Spring 4.0 version. To go over the version and all, you can see what is the latest and the previous versions we have. If you go and check the overviews and what are the the guidelines and the quick starts, here you can see. So what are the versions we are using as of now? You can see it is 4. So from 4, we are using a at rest controller. And for mapping purpose, we are using request mapping. So example we can see. So here I'm just giving my example of how are you is a text. Okay. So here, so let me give some comments. So this is for get method. Okay, so this is the process we do here. So this is a way how we can handle the request, and we'll see one basic simple example how we can work with this. Actually, the Spring Suit tool. We need this. Let me try once. Users. So it is installing the Spring tool suite. Yes, I got it again. Got it. Okay. So this is a Spring Suite tool which looks similar like a Eclipse. Okay. So everything is similar, but here we have something called a boot dashboard. This will not be present in a Eclipse. Okay. So now we will start the basic procedure. So how we can code it here. Okay. So yes, we can go with the basic program. So to create a Maven, that is Spring Boot project, so we need Maven project. Just click on Maven and click on create a simple project, and you need to mention what is a group ID and everything. Okay. So let me give the name as com.techno go to .sample.maven. Okay, and the next is I'm just giving as maven hyphen sample. Okay. Name is sample maven project. If you want to give some description, yes, you can give. So this is a first sample maven project. If you click on this, if you have any kind of sample tools already exist, so I'll be giving as 2.1. Yeah. So after giving this, if suppose if you want to have some parent, the thing you can specify it here. So let me give it as org dot framework dot boot. And then artifact ID. So artifact ID is spring fn boot fn starter fn parent. Here I'm just giving as 4.2.2 release. Just click on finish. Here you can see the Maven project has been created. In this particular place, there are some folders called src main, Java, resource, and there are so many. Right? So now we need to create a Maven first. So just go to the overview, and here you can see whatever you have mentioned in this property, you can see. So if you are trying to create some new property for Java version, you can add it over here. Otherwise, just close it off. And dependencies. What are the dependencies you are going to add? So example, as of now, have given some, the group ID name, right? So that is dependency in the sense the second step. So first step is we have completed, that is we have created a parent for Spring Boot. So the next step is like we need to create a dependency. So let me copy this dependency name and I'll just put it over here. And then the Spring Boot starter web. And I don't want to mention any version. So let me click on OK. So after clicking on this OK, you need to save this. So it is already saved. So that's the reason it is not showing up. Okay. So next, we'll go and check with the dependencies hierarchy. And whatever, the things we have included, here you can see the dependence pom.xml, it has been added. Once again, actually it has to be added. Let me remove this and I'll add it again. Spring spring framework boot. That is spring hyphen boot hyphen starter. Okay, I have saved this file. So one more process is there actually. I've saved it. It has to create one, file, Maven file. Let me check. So go to Maven, click on Update Project, click on OK. Let me check the overview also. We try to run this. Actually, we need to create one Java file. Before that, it will create this kind of Maven dependencies. Okay, but let me check here. I think it is in the same dependency file. Let me close all this. Okay, here we have, as of now, I didn't add anything. So just go here, add it again. So you need to select the prom.xml and then you need to add it. Okay. So rg.spring framework dot boot. Then spring fn boot startup. Okay. Click on OK and click on save. So here you can see the Maven dependencies has been added inside the new file, that is whichever we have created. So this is the main process we'll be doing. Okay, so give me 1 minute. Okay, ma'am. So as of now, we have completed till this Maven dependency. We have created a Maven dependency. The next part is like we need to um, okay, we'll create one simple example using this this program, that is basic program. So how we can work with this? Okay. So what are the main important things we can add over here? So let's see. I already have one example. Let me show you. So first we need to create one new package over here. Okay, in SRC Java folder, just go to the class and create some package name. So already have given this package name. So let me give it again. So app dot dot spring boot. Yeah, sorry. This is actually a package, and then I'm giving a type name to be um so you can give whatever the name you want, but here I have given spring boot boot starter.java. So let me give the same thing. Create a class. So here I will be giving a package, and then here the name is like spring boot starter. Okay, so this is the name. Just click on finish. You'll be getting this particular file. So as I told you previously, we have created a parent, we have added the dependencies, and also we know how to change the JDK, and now we need to add the sample Java. So how we can add this? So to add this, we need this annotation, add Spring Boot application. I need to mention it over here. So here it is showing some error. Why? Because let me show you this example. Sorry, before this, main method, that is before this class only, you will be defining the Spring Boot application. Okay. So before, so here you can see the class name is this. So before this, you need to specify at Spring Boot. Here it will show some error because we need to import a Spring Boot application. Just click on this, the error will get cleared. The next part is you need to create a main method. So what is this last part? So you need to create a Spring Boot utility. In Spring Boot utility, how you will do it? Spring application.run, and what is your sample.java file? So you need to mention that. Okay, sample.java file, and what is the arguments is all about. So let me copy all this thing and paste it over here. And just try to run this application using a Java application. Let me change this to dot class only, but while executing some errors we are getting. Let's check what is the error. Application status failed. Starting Spring Boot on laptop. Actually, while after running this, you can see what are the group ID and what are the things you have given. Everything will be mentioned over here. Okay, no problem. Yes, we can create one more, the important class that is called as an action controller. So we'll do what is the status of it. So I'll be creating one new package. This class. Let me give a package name as dot controller. The name it's gonna be action controller. Java. Finish. So I have here we have got what is this. So in this place, if you want to handle the request, what we need to do, at rest controller. Okay. So to work with this, need address controller. Just import the address controller, and then we have imported the rest controller. So now we will work with the mapping. Okay, so what is the steps for the request and response? First one is address to controller, and we need to map it. So inside the class only we will going to map it. So let me give it as at request mapping Here I'll give some text like you, and then I'm going to create one simple method, public string get ref. Okay. So the return should be I am fantastic. Let's check the error. What is the error? We need to request the mapping. Okay. So this is the procedure. So this is a normal thing we need to apply. And this is the next one. What it is? It is an action controller. Okay. So let's run this program. So it is throwing some error. Let me check. So what happens is while running this, it will show the local host number. For example, in the Chrome, so how I'll tell you how to check the output. Okay. So what we need to do is here we need to type a local host of some 8080 and slash the the request mapping name. As of now, we are not getting output, so I'll tell you so how to work with this. Okay, so this is the main procedure how you will be working with a Spring Boot. So tomorrow I'll tell you because there is some error which is over there. I'll tell you how we can rectify it. It's very simple error only. So here I'm getting error. Okay, we check the name and everything. Okay, ma, this alone I'll tell you tomorrow. Okay, so now we will see the some concepts in Bootstrap. Sorry, that is React.js.